Hurricane Florence makes for a weird week of football across the county as Wednesday night football takes center stage. Welcome to Sportswire. I'm Will Catterley. And while football on a Wednesday is pretty rare, a great start for Glen Allen football is very unique as well. The Jaguars started their inaugural varsity season back in 2011, going just 1-9. In fact, Glen Allen has yet to have a winning season in their brief history. The closest was in 2013, when they went 4-6. That was also the last time the Jags started the season 2-1. They had another chance at Atlee Davis to equal that mark and prove that this team has turned the corner. And if Glen Allen wanted to move to 2-1, they'd have to do something they haven't done in school history. That's beat Lee Davis, and they'd have to do it on the road. First quarter, no problems offensively. Quarterback Donovan Ruidick, he hooks up with Donovan Greenhow and Howe inside the 10-yard line of Lee Davis. It would lead to this. You guys all remember this guy. Boom, boom. Devin Flowers takes it from 2 yards out. Touchdown. Jaguars that have a 7-0 lead. Years past, it's been all Devin Flowers for the offense. Not so much this year. I'll show you what I mean later on the highlights. Lee Davis, very senior-laden. Second quarter, same score, not anymore. Andy Aldridge takes it in. We're tied at 7. Lee Davis would get the ball back. Still knotted at 7. Senior to senior. Zach Glass on the screen pass. Yeah, that dog will hunt. Watch the hurdle. What a play by Josh Rice-A-Roni. Puts it into the end zone for the touchdown. Lee Davis with the lead. Looks like it's going to be a Confederate night, but not over yet. Remember when I was talking about Devin Flowers? Well, when it takes an entire team, second quarter, to tackle you, it kind of opens up the playbook for something like this. Quarterback keeper, easy squeezy, lemon peasy. I see you, my man. Donovan Riddick. First touchdown run of the night. You haven't heard the last of them. Glen Allen right back in it and in business. Down 1, 14-13. Still second quarter, same score. Riddick, again, the quarterback keeper. His second touchdown rushing of the night. Does it with some gusto. He finds pay dirt. All of a sudden, seesaw flare. We got a good one here, folks. Glen Allen would go for 2, not make it, up 19-14. Back come the Confederates, and they do it on the ground. Josh Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat from Lee Davis, puts it into the end zone. Touchdown. And then more from the Confederates. This time, Glass finds his big man in the end zone. Aaron, the Powers, Bowers. And in the third quarter, Lee Davis on top, 20-19. Fourth quarter now, still down 1. Not done is Glen Allen, not by a long shot. Donovan Greenhow takes that carry inside the 5. It would lead to this. Third rushing touchdown for Donovan Riddick. And you know what? They go for 2, and sometimes you just gotta want it more. And Riddick wants it more. The ball crosses the line again into the end zone. 2-point conversion at the time. It would be paramount. That would give him a 7-point lead with 9:39 to go, 27-20. Now, the defense for Glen Allen didn't do much on this night, but this was one time they did. Huge play. The sack, the strip, the fumble. Glen Allen, the recovery. Landon King in on the pressure. And that would mean they could do more of this. Give it to Devin Flowers. They have to respect the quarterback run now, right? So now, bigger holes for Flowers to run through. And then, you respect the run too much? Here comes Donovan Riddick, boys and girls, all the way to the end zone. 124 yards rushing. 4 touchdowns rushing on the night for Donovan Riddick. Devin Flowers, 135 yards, a touchdown. Oh, and he had a pick 6 after this. Glen Allen, time to celebrate, my friends. 39-20, they win it.
I'm so proud of you guys right now because you guys have stuck it out.
Very proud of my guys, man. These kids are resilient. This is a resilient bunch because a lot of these kids have been through the first and second year of our program where we were getting blown out by teams, 43-0, 42-0. For them to be able to come back this season and believe in what we're doing and believe in what we're teaching them to do every week, just the resolve of these guys, I'm just very, very proud of them.
Meanwhile, the Godwin Eagles were looking for their first win of the year, and luck has not been on their side. In week 1, they lost by 1 point on a score that probably shouldn't have counted. Then they went on to play both Lee Davis and Atlee close, but no cigar. The Eagles, undeterred, look to put that behind them at Hanover. So would fortune smile on the Eagles, this time on the road, taking on the Hanover Hawks. Godwin's defense, well, they've been consistently great. Number 15 coming up with a tackle in the backfield first quarter. It's Brian Carroll doing the honors. And meanwhile, what hasn't been is their offense. They go for it on fourth down also in the first quarter. That will not work. No score after one because Godwin's D next possession. Great stop. Number 56 doing the honors with the tackle from in the backfield. Second quarter, however, Hanover answers, goes long distance. Elrod to Johnson, 55-yard touchdown strike, 7-zip, Hanover Hawks. Eagles would answer, though, next possession. It would be huge. Charlie Stanton. Big-time run into Hawks territory, and then Spencer Rife. He's going to air it out long, and he finds Adam Ballard. Great, beautiful diving catch. It would set it up for this. Spencer Rife going to call his own number, and the short touchdown run counts. Godwin finds the end zone. They also find the extra point, and it is tied up at 7. Hanover, meanwhile, trying to get things going on the ground. Long gain by Eric Rankin. Then Elrod. Another long, deep throw connects inside the Eagle 10-yard line. Some of their only successful plays this night was going deep through the long ball through the air, and would set it up for this. Touchdown run. It's Rankin from 5 yards out. Hanover up 13-7. The extra point would be no good. So, Eagles driving down the field late second quarter. Guess who? Rife. Spencer Rife. First down inside the Hawks 10. Leads to this. Rife into the end zone, touchdown from 2 yards out. That was a 15-play drive that took just 2.5 minutes. Extra point good. Something for the fans to jump about. Godwin would lead 14-13 at the half. Defense, second half. Get the edge. It makes Hanover have to settle for this field goal. It is up, and it is wide to the left. No good, says the official. And yeah, so it's still 14-13. More chances for Hanover. Last chance for Hanover. Scrambling, finding the out-of-bounds line. He steps out of bounds. Godwin gets a big win, their first win of the year. 14-13 the final.
Defense played really well. We gave up 2 long plays. Other than that, I thought our defense played extremely well. Our offense still has some growing pains where we got to be able to move the ball and run the clock out. But for the most part, it's a W. We got a bye week coming up. Now we get to go home and work on some things.
It's back to the gridiron when we come back as Varina entertains Hermitage as the Blue Devils look to stay unbeaten. Plus, Varina tussles with Henrico and guys volleyball. That and more straight ahead.
Takeout meals for just $12.99. Call now.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montanopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich! This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Sportswire. Let's go up-tempo. We start with football where Highland Springs continues to reign supreme. The Springers had 2 safeties to go with a big night by the defense and some big plays by quarterback Devontae Waller as Highland Springs beat Riverbend 42-0. It's the Springers' 3rd shutout in 4 games. Hurricane Florence and crazy tornadoes officially canceled a couple of games in our area. Henrico versus Tucker and Deep Run versus Patrick Henry were put on ice. And with no openings in the schedule for these teams, no makeup game is scheduled. Sticking with the pigskin, former Godwin Eagle running back Wesley Duggar made headlines as kind of an afterthought after Davidson beat Guilford, get this, 91-61. Duggar totaled 14 carries for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Wildcats' record-breaking performance. To field hockey now, where Freeman notched another victory after a 2-0 shutout of Glen Allen. Catherine Chucker and Megan McDonald each had goals in the win. And in ladies volleyball, Highland Springs won their second match of the year, beating Armstrong in straight sets. The Springers were dominant, winning 25-4, 25-8, and 25-4 in the victory. Speaking of teams looking for a victory, Varina still looking to remain unbeaten, taking on Hermitage, looking for their first win of the year. Would not take long for the Blue Devils to get on the scoreboard. First quarter, first drive. Isaiah turns the page on the script, touchdown. Blue Devils, they would have an early 7-0 lead, a 7-yard score for Page and company. 8:46 to go in the first. That vaunted Varina defense playing really well. Check it out. Far sideline, number 25, Jaden Carthorne. He gets a tackle for a loss. More from the Blue Devil defense. Everybody getting back there. Number 2 driving him back. Floyd Jones and company. That defense was ferocious. More about them later. How about Hermitage defense? Forcing the fumble, and Johnny on the spot. The Panthers pounce on it. They recovered. It was not all bad news for Hermitage. Signs of life, perhaps. We lead to this. Not much happened on offense. Still tough D from Varina, so they would not give up any points in spite of the turnover from Nazir Jordan, making a big stop there. Next possession, long distance. Quarterback connects, fires, finds LeVar Mallory. Over 70 yards on that TD strike, and Mallory going to celebrate on the sidelines as well. He should. Varina up 2 touchdowns. More defense to come. You want to throw that in the flat? Not happening. Floyd Jones, have yourself a game, young fella. He makes a stop in the backfield, and then Winborn back to throw. All right, that one I think hit the turf. But Jones, make yourself a highlight reel as well. Why not? Still first half. The handoff. He is not going. Well, he was touched. To be caught anyway. Dominique Hayes Nelson, he finds pay dirt as well. 42 yards later. Yeah, that's Stu Brown saying, hit the quarterback. You know what? Varina's defense says, okay, coach, we got this. The whole defensive line's got this. Winborn sacked by everybody. That would lead to this. Next possession. More Varina run game. Carrying for big dividends. It's Quentin Baylor that time, and then they're going to hand the ball off to Tayshawn Crutchfield. A lot of weapons. 27-0 at the half. A lot of weapons at the running back position for Varina. Let's go third quarter. There'd be more offense where that came from. Quarterback connecting to Bobby Dunn. It would lead to this. Back to pass. Number 4, Dwayne Taylor finds Bobby Dunn again. Bobby Dunn, get yourself some sun. It was all Varina all night long. The defense only allowed 20 total yards of offense to Hermitage. Varina goes out to pitch a shutout. 48-0. Fine. Varina also had it going on the volleyball court. East End rivalry renewed. Varina at Henrico. Blue Devils were ready, and that guy, head coach Timmy Jones. For Henrico, you might remember Tim Jones, guard, state championship guard for the Henrico Warriors under Vance Harmon. Close game, 16-15 until number 7, Matthew Bendel, took over, serving the ball for Varina. He gets a point there. Advantage Blue Devils. And then when it wasn't an ace, number 1 was right there, Dylan Colgan. He didn't have to do anything with the ball on that particular shot. But again, Bendel just, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't change anything. There it is. Colgan gets his mitts on it. Point Varina. They kept serving to the same spot on the court, and that's what good teams do until you can prove to stop it. Number 33, DeAndre Watts. Put some power behind that one. More from Bendel. And more from number 1. Tipping it down. Dylan Colgan, and he's like, yeah, I just put my arm over the net like that and just boop, down it goes. Bendel again on the serve. Again, I said it was 16-15, and it was all Varina after that. Once Bendel took over serving, they would win it 25-18. So, you know, you do the math. They went on a 9-3 run to close out Henrico. We switch sides. Oh, this would be a really good match. Henrico would have their moments. This wasn't one of them. Bendel again. He was paramount for the Blue Devils. They get the point, but this would be a close second set. First one to 25, first one to 25, and winning by 2. Takes the set. You got to win 3 out of 5. Number 7, Ethan Kumar with a point. And again, another ace. This time, Sidhu Gogene gets it to go for the point, and the Warriors fighting back. This will be one of the longer volleys of the evening, and knocking it down. Dylan Colgan, again, he had himself a night for Varina, but too much Henrico in the second set. They can't corral that serve. And once again, Dylan Kumar with the point. Henrico in a seesaw affair in this one. Looking for game point. Oh, what a slam! They would confer with the refs, but Krish Ohasigani gets it to go for the kill and the point. Henrico gets the second set 25-22, so we're all knotted at 1. Uh-oh, changing sides. More Matthew Bendel time. Bendel with the point, and Varina controlled the third set. Henrico would come back and win the fourth. Varina wins the third set. Henrico would win the fourth, but it would be too much Bendel, too much Henrico, or too much Varina, I should say. And the Varina Blue Devils, they're taken to 5 sets. Henrico took them to 5. It was a great match. It was too much Varina. They get the win. We stick with volleyball when we return. The Lady Godwin Eagles look to remain perfect on the season when they travel to Tucker, while Freeman tries to take out undefeated Atlee on the road in football. That's next.
Now for another 2-minute history report.
We all know about the blockbuster, World War II, the famous attacks, the military heroes. But what do you know about the prequel, the First World War? At the time, they didn't call it World War I. No one ever imagined there'd be another. It was known as the Great War, or the War to End All Wars. In the early 20th century, Europe had a bit of a different look. There were the Fab Four empires, ruled by monarchs who maintained a delicate balance of power. Then, in the summer of 1914, a group of assassins attempted to blow up Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand while he was touring Bosnia. The attempt failed, but later in the day, an assassin's bullet prevailed. In retaliation, the Austro-Hungarian Empire declared war on Serbia. Russia immediately came to Serbia's support, which motivated Germany to declare war on Russia. Before long, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Great Britain were involved.
Jolly good.
Everyone polarized into 2 groups, the Allied powers and the Central powers. New technologies dominated this world conflict. Tanks, machine guns, and airplanes changed the way armies battled. Trenches and tunnels became the new strategy, although that led to soggy problems. The British and German navies dominated the seas. Then in May of 1915, Germany sank the Lusitania, killing 128 Americans. President Woodrow Wilson demanded Germany change their tactics.
I demand it.
Germany appeared to comply, but later offered to finance Mexico in a war against the U.S., so the United States joined the war.
Oops.
A year later, on August 8th, the Allied forces began the 100 Days Offensive. This series of assaults forced the German forces back, and eventually led to the war's conclusion. On the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month, a ceasefire went into effect. Then came the Treaty of Versailles and the formation of the League of Nations. This war changed the landscape of Europe. Monarchs were out, the 4 great empires were gone, and new countries emerged. So here it is in a nutshell. Europe used to be led by the Big Four, until a bullet made Franz no more. Conflicts arose, triggering numerous hawks. Success meant machine guns, tanks, and dry socks. The ceasefire became a celebrated day, although the next war was just a few years away.
That was World War I in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to the show. Well, when it comes to ladies volleyball, one of the more dominant teams so far this season has been Mills Godwin. Going into Tuesday night, the Eagles were a perfect 7-0. Even more impressive, they had only dropped 2 sets this year, both in a 5-set victory over Deep Run. Would the streak continue at J.R. Tucker? Tigers getting ready to try to end that winning streak of Mills Godwin. Lady Eagles, though, coming in pretty sharp, and right from the opening tip here, number 11 on the serve, Sophia Sladich knocks that down for the ace. Could not corral that one, and Sladich again on the serve. This time Tucker does a nice job to get there, but watch number 17, Caitlin McNeil, coming out of your corner of your screen, knocks it down for the kill. Advantage Mills E. Godwin. Tucker on the serve. That is an underestimated dig right there by Hannah Salo, and it pays dividends. Point Godwin again. Tucker falling behind, but not out of arm's distance, of arm's length. That shot, though, again, 17 doing the honors. Caitlin McNeil, number 4, also in on that. Charlotte Clyde. Tigers, though, A for effort on this. Watch this unfold. And then knocking it down. Hit them where they ain't. Number 8, Laura Deeb, the junior, gets the point. Still first set action. Godwin on the serve once again. That cannot be handled. That goes down as an ace. Godwin Eagles, they have landed. Looking for a first set advantage. That'll work. Nice touch shot. Number 17 getting it done again. Caitlin McNeil and company. Godwin winning the first set 25-14. We switch sides to the next one. Another ace. Mills Godwin, this time Veronica Chovatova. And then Chovatova going to hit it to the same corner. Same result. Just like we saw in the guys' game when Varina could hit their serves to one particular quadrant of the court, it paid dividends. Tucker wasn't going away, though. They get that one to go for the point. More Tigers, this time on the serve. And that one goes off the net and in for number 8, Laura Deeb, but it was too much. Mills got one on this night. Too many aces like that one right there. They would win the second set, take the third as well in a 3-set sweep. They are 8-0. Back to the gridiron now. Always crazy when these two teams come a-calling. It's Atlee, it's Freeman. Atlee undefeated on the year. Freeman coming in this one 2-1. So expect a great ball game on this one early on. Atlee's quarterback, tall, lanky drink of water, making it work on the designed keeper on the option. He's also got great running backs like this guy. Number 21, I see ya, takes it to pay dirt for the touchdown. And it is Mr. Tucker Broughton, the senior. 6-0. Atlee, second quarter, same score. Their offensive line has really been great, mauling people up front. Carter Nash, and this is a good Freeman defense too. They can also throw it deep as quarterback has weapons. Mr. Tucker Broughton again, his second touchdown of the night. 1 rushing, 1 receiving. Quarterback number 10, Tyler Warren, making it work. 12-0. Atlee. Is Freeman done? Well, then you have not seen an Atlee-Freeman matchup. He wants to go deep, cannot. Instead, Andrew Bland going to take what he can get, which is a first down. Nice play. We lead to this. Freeman still on the drive. Going to hand it off and get out of the way. Touchdown run. Daniel Bullock. Wasn't pretty on our end. It's pretty foggy on that end. But Freeman gets a touchdown. 12-6 is your score. Atlee before the half trying to find the end zone once again. And this time, nice little crossing route. Well-designed play. Connects with his receiver. It's number 13, Andrew Donaldson, would lead to this. Quarterback keeper, guy's got wheels, does Tyler Warren. Finds pay dirt once again. 1 passing, 1 rushing for the QB, and a 19-6 advantage at the half. Still just a 2-possession game. Freeman trying to spin their way out of the web they've created. 2-score deficit, that is a big freaking spider right there. Big spider. Plenty of gnats to eat on a night like this, I imagine, too. Freeman got their ground game going early third quarter. Again, Andrew Bland had a lot to do with it, calling his own number into the dark, threatening sky. Connects deep with his wide receiver, Jack Troutman. fished that one out of the air, and it would lead to this. The touchdown run up the middle. Patrick Taylor. He's had a season, and I don't think we've heard the last from him this particular year. Still 19-13. Atlee, we go to the fourth. One-score game in the fourth. Raiders, that is a bullet. An absolute bullet. He finds his receiver, number 7, Alex Oliver. And then for the second time this Wednesday night, he's going to call his own number, take it in for 6. And Atlee, game by game, are getting more and more confidence. Up 26-13 in the fourth. Freeman still not done. Not by a long shot. Finds a receiver. Hayden Pounders pounds it in there. Then Andrew Bland on the tip. Tip drill, touchdown. Alec Erickson on the receiving end of that one. 26-20, only 7:32 to go. Can Freeman get a stop and get the ball back? Not when the line blocks like this, and not when your quarterback runs like that. Tyler Warren, big-time gain, all the way down inside the Freeman 10. And then have yourself a game. Warren calls his own number again. This series, this year, Atlee gets the best of Douglas Freeman. 39-20 is your final. And once again, Highland Springs stays perfect. 42-0. Third shutout, 4 games.
Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. And you can always follow us on Twitter. I can't wait to see ya next time on Sportswire.